Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to Tarot and Coffee with Olivia. I am taking, as of the day of this video, I am taking private readings. If you're interested, you can look at my links, call me, or book me on my website. Welcome to my sacred space. I'm really happy that you're here. And I am sorry that I was out yesterday. I did have a tooth problem, which I'm still having. I will be out on Thursday, so I will not be reading your Thursday tarot this week, and I must apologize about that. If I get it together, I might read it and post it a day early, but that's just a big fat maybe. So, anyway, since I've already done most of my housekeeping, except as of this day, I am taking private counsel with anyone who would like to have their cards read. You can look at my website, get my phone number, book on my website, or call me, and we will get you set up. Um, so now we'll start. Let's go ahead and go on with the card of the day. And I have it, the thought of the day. So I have these cards that I'm going to be using now. If you guys like them, they're going to make the thought of the day a little bit shorter and a little bit, just more succinct. Your card of the day is I already know how to achieve happiness. So what I'd like you to do is take some time out. Maybe you can do it right now just for a few seconds and just take a deep breath and close your eyes and think of a time that you remember that you were happy. Now, I know some people have a hard time remembering times when they were happy, so I understand if you're not able to do this exercise right now. But if you can, go ahead and remember that time that you were happy, remember the feeling. And then on the back of the card, while you're there with your eyes closed, I'll read, your heart knows the path to happiness and inner peace. Spiritual practices such as meditation and prayer are reminders of what you already know. So remember, you already know you've been happy before. That's a little exercise that you can use if you're feeling really angry or upset. Sometimes, like I said, you can't reach that space from the other space, but sometimes you can. Sometimes you can take a deep breath and close your eyes. Take a memory that is a good memory. Prepare it ahead of time if you want. This is the memory I'm going to think of when I'm mad. And it can really help. So, all these little tips that I give are all the tips that I've been given by my counselors and psychiatrists and spiritual guides and that I've gone and been involved in all my life. So, um, now I want you to take a look at the stones here and see if you feel anything that is adjusting the camera that is calling to you or something that feels like it's your card today. Now's the time to go ahead and pick. I will put timestamps. Um, I'm not sure exactly where I'm putting them. I've been putting them in the comments. You tell me where you want them. I'm going to also put them other places so that uh, um, I'll figure it out. So, without much further ado, we're going to take a look at the rocks we have here. And I brought this little light right here so that we could shine it on the rocks and you can really see what they look like. So, but first I'm going to tilt the camera. Let's see. I think that'll do. Um, so, here we go. And there's the light so that you can actually see the color. That's the turquoise colored rock. Here is the what I call the river rock. I don't know, polished up, would it be obsidian? I don't know. They make crystal balls out of. That's the selenite. It's a pretty. And last but not least, this is the reason I brought this slide out so that you can actually see how sparkly and coppery this rock is. Okay, I'll put it aside. Now it's time for you. If you need more time, you can actually pause the video at this time so that you can take the time to pick your rock or pick your card. And now I am going to go ahead and turn over this first card. This is your card of the day. If you picked turquoise, then this is your card, and it is the close, otherwise known as death, aka an inevitable event. This card has shown up a couple of times. When I saw it this morning, every time I see it, I'm like, I don't want to talk about this, but we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about death and your belief system. Now, I've never heard that we can't change our beliefs, that we're born with our beliefs and that's all there is to it. So, if death is something new that you are facing, if this is something that you yourself are facing, or something that you're dealing with a family member or someone that you care about, or a friend, or even a distant friend. I have friends that I know and love that have been infected with COVID and are struggling right now, myself. It is, regardless of what you believe, there are people who have written about what a struggle it has been to overcome COVID and how a lot of people do succumb. And when I talk about beliefs, I just want to say that when something this big comes along, and as I've said before, the death card isn't necessarily about the death of a person, but sometimes it is, or a faithful animal companion, then your beliefs really matter and have a lot to do with how you handle this. So if you have this card today, I don't think it's too late. No matter what's going on in your life, I want you to reevaluate your belief system. Sorry about my setup. I'm not gonna record this, even though there have been a bunch of mistakes. I'm sorry about that. I just have a long day, so I am propping it with some 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 of my big ass crystals I'm using to prop my phone camera, which is what I'm using. Bad news, I got my new camera in yesterday. It doesn't work, so we're still gonna be doing this with the phone. I just want to close with the close. If you got this card today, I want you to evaluate your belief system. Think about your loved ones and think about how you would like to believe, and or how you do believe and what is going to happen to them. And then also, always, 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 always do not use tarot as your therapist. If you need a therapy, go get therapy from a professional therapist. If you need a psychiatrist, if you need a doctor, you'll go to a doctor. If you want to meditate with me and my cards, then you come here and we'll talk about stuff you want to talk about. And you can ask the cards anything. There's a lady on TV that's doing all kinds of political stuff. It's really fun. So now we're going to move on to the river rock. And if you pick the river rock, the Queen of Hearts, which we have seen her before, and that peach doesn't mean what it means in an emoji. I guess I'm supposed to know what that peach speaks to, especially now since I said something. But I'm sure it does speak to sensuality and beauty and sustenance and all the things that a peach would stand for. So maybe it does mean something like the emoji. But really, the Queen of Cups is the most. I think she's very sweet. Some people say that she does have some. She has some crazy times. I think all the queens do. I think everybody does. If you have this card in your life today, I want you to think about she could be you or she could be someone that you know and love. She's definitely someone that you consider highly. And if she's yourself, I'm glad that you think of yourself that way because we all are children of God and we should accept that and know that we are worthwhile. Now, if you don't, that's okay. If you don't even believe in God, that's okay. Just think of her as a very nice, noble, royal woman who needs love and care just like everybody else. She's intelligent. She's in, she's she's psychic and intuitive, and she needs love today. She needs it. She gives it without hesitation, and she's feeling the need herself to have love today. If she is you, make sure that you get the things that you need and you call the people that you need to call in order to feel loved. Um, if she is someone that you know, make sure that she feels love today. And she's not necessarily a woman. She could be a dude. Here we go. If you chose selenite, the whitest of crystals, then we have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a beginning. It is a winning beginning. It is a loving beginning because it is also the Ace of Hearts. It has a lot to do. This card has water in it, which has to do with some relief with health issues, possibly, but also um, psychic energies. When you see a lot of water flowing, and especially if it's the ocean, this does not look like it's necessarily the ocean, but has a lot to do with the subconscious. This card has to do with nourishment and abundance. If you picked this card today, then this should be a good day for you, especially when it comes to the good things in life. Good meals, good friends, family, even. The Ace of Cups is the Ace of Hearts. If you've been waiting to ask her out, today's the day. Go ahead and ask. if you if you just want to tell someone you love them in that way, that might be friendship or might be more, but you just want to say it, go ahead and say it. It's okay. The copper ore. Here it comes. I'm going to shine the light on it again. Let's get. If you picked this one today, see how lovely it is. Then I'm going to turn over your card right now. How interesting. So we got these two queens together recently. I want to say last week. So now we have the Queen of Swords. Last week they were right next to each other. Somehow I still feel like I know they weren't right next to each other, but I still feel like they are kind of together since they've shown up together. This is the second time. She is the Queen of Spades, which is to say that she is an independent woman. She holds herself in high regard. That was the Queen of Cups. I'm sorry. The Queen of Swords, um, does think highly of herself. She has high expectations of herself and high expectations of other people. She's a decision maker. She often has to do with your subconscious and something that needs to be honed. If you get this card today, it's a good time to really meditate on some of the problems you've been mulling over lately and go ahead and make a decision if you can at this time. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. I took an antibiotic. So if you got the Queen of Swords today, she may be you or she may be someone else in your life. Maybe she's someone that you enjoy talking to, especially when making decisions. Maybe she's someone you need to call up and ask advice of. She's good for that. She's always got an opinion. She doesn't second guess herself. She is a very ethical queen, however, she can be uncompromising, which is, it's good to be uncompromising in your ethics, isn't it? I mean, we used to think so. Now I don't know how many people know what ethics mean or what they are. But anyway, enough of that. I guess I want to thank you guys for being here. And I'm sorry about missing yesterday, but I do appreciate all the well wishes I got. And definitely any prayers or any good thoughts or good vibes you can send my way. Now through Thursday is my surgery. I would much appreciate it because I am not excited or happy about this. This is scary to me, oral surgery. But anyway, thank you for watching. It really helps me out, and I hope that you like this video. If you did like this video, please click like. If you liked it a lot and you want to share it with someone, please share. If you want to get notifications each time that I post a video, hit the little bell in the corner so that you can get notifications on your phone when I post. And let me know what you think about the thought cards. They're a lot shorter than the thought of the day that I was doing early on. I know most of you probably just skip over that and go to your timestamp, and of course that's fine too. But if you have an opinion, do let me know, and you take care until I see you tomorrow.